Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tommy with 3 games from 2024 from September, very recent replays in between Flash and BISU, as I'm going to cast all 3 of them here onto this channel. We start once again on a 4 spawning location map, so let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. You have spawning here in the upper left in the brown. It is BISU with his AK, with his barcode, and his opponent here in the lower right in the white. It is also Flash with his barcode AK. So yeah, all of the games from September 2024, I found them on a website that has been suggested to me, so very nice stuff is about to happen here into these 3 games. Let's just see exactly what they're going to be doing. We are going to be having a look at their build order very quick, and it looks like pretty normal stuff, nothing out of the ordinary yet. Supply depot here for Flash, and we also see the pylon from BISU, so both of them playing very safe, very ordinary. Also no intentions for them to go into a fast expansion build order, at least not yet, but this could change, of course. BISU could save up some minerals for a fast expansion. The same can be said here for Flash, but yeah, by the looks of it, it looks like they will be going for a gateway and barracks very soon. Either that or they will be just scouting the map. Let's just see what's going to happen. Flash is actually deciding to place his barracks very far outside here from his base, and there is still nothing here for BISU, so it looks like BISU is indeed going for a straight Nexus first build order, so quite a nice greedy gameplay by him. Let's see if this is going to work out, or perhaps Flash is going to scout it early and punish it with a move out with some SCVs, with some Marines. We've seen him do this in previous replays here onto this channel, so he's actually playing very aggressively late on here, as he also does some timing pushes with some tanks, with some vultures around the 10-minute mark, so quite deadly stuff here by Flash, as he's now scouting the map, and sadly for him into the wrong direction, but I believe very soon he's going to find out where exactly BISU is located. BISU continuing with a gateway. There is another pylon, and he's also going for his gas very soon. A lucky scout here by BISU, as he's also making it here forward towards the main from Flash, but the Marine will of course intercept him very soon, and Flash being forced here to take the gas, not allowing BISU to take his gas. So yeah, and sadly here for Flash, it's actually going into the wrong direction again, so this will of course buy some time here for BISU. Lucky move here for BISU, as he's not going to get detected by Flash, and Flash playing a little bit safe with his command center there and with his supply depot, very likely going to continue with a bunker right here. So perhaps right now BISU has a little bit of a small economic advantage, given the fact that his expansion is much faster here than Flash's. And yeah, let's have a look how the game is going to unfold very soon. I believe Flash is going to be going for his factory, and we are about to find out what exactly is going to happen. He might even try some buildings here into this location. He might even try to go for a robotics facility bay to have his shuttle launches very close by towards the enemy, so this could also be very deadly. In the meantime, the SCV is scouting everything he can here, but already taking quite some damage, as there's the cybernetic score, so the first Dragoons will be placed off here for BISU very soon. So it's very important to see this location right here. And indeed it is a robotics facility bay, a nice hidden robotics facility bay here for BISU. It's very likely going to be shuttle gameplay with either reverse, or he might be even more cheesier and try some DT, but of course the DTs will have to walk sometime, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be shuttle with rever, or he might go for some observers very early on. But yeah, let's just see what the plans here from BISU are. You could even go for some Dragoons straight into this pass, just uplift the Dragoons into the shuttle and just drop them here straight into the middle line from Flash. This could also be a possibility here for him, as Flash is just pretty much outside here with his Marines. Let's check his main. There should be a factory, actually 2 factories here for Flash, and very soon the first units will also get spawned by him. So yeah, let's see, the robotics facility bay has been finished, the first shuttle is getting produced. In the meantime, we also have a support bay here at home for BISU, so it looks indeed like a reaver harassment is going to happen very soon for him. In the meantime, we see speed for the vultures, we see some tanks getting produced, as there is a nice supply depot here for Flash in the front. even good vision in case the harassment is going to come. And the first Dragoons are also moving out here for BISU. No range yet done, of course, and the Marines will be able to take care of this. But yeah, let's see. Actually, no range at all, I believe, has been done here for BISU. So BISU pretty much investing everything he has into this abusement gameplay. In the meantime, the Terran is actually moving out here for Flash straight towards the expansion point. It's 5 Marines, 1 tank, some vultures with speed will follow very soon. And it is indeed a nice timing push by Flash. So this will very likely force BISU to come back with his shuttle at home and to defend. Let's see what's going to happen. We have actually a shield battery here for him being produced. So let's have a look if this push by Flash is going to do anything. The speed has been done, but a nice shield battery here for him. Notice there is no shield siege ability yet here for Flash. As here we go, lots and lots of damage being taken left and right. The Zealot almost getting killed, but the shield battery saves him, so nice job here by BISU. However, no more energy into this one shield battery. Some probes have to be pulled. 3 vultures now in the front. Great mining here for Flash as he's moving more and more forward against the enemy, and those mines will deal massive amounts of splash damage. Yeah, the Dragoons taking quite large amount of damage, and now all that has been left is this one tank. But let's not forget about the shuttle here into this location as BISU is moving forward and Flash will be up for a surprise. BISU has blocked the entrance with some pylons, but real action is going to happen here. It's just one Reaver, but no defenses here for BISU. Only a couple of SCVs. He's trying, of course, to finish the turret. But yeah, the micro is looking really strong here for BISU with his Reaver. Already taking some damage out of the tanks. Just needs to be careful as Flash has dropped to 34 workers and the shuttle is still roaming around into this location. In the meantime, this one tank still killing some workers here, so the probes have to be pulled to fight against the vultures here, and BISU still tries to inflict damage, but the tanks are all over the place. So there's lots and lots of action happening left and right. In the end, this has been cleared. And yeah, what a great start we have indeed here into this game in between the two probes, and we do have shuttle speed getting finished. So with that, the harassment can be even more stronger here for BISU as he's nicely flying by, and he might even snipe some SCVs here. Let's have a look how many kills this Reaver has. Almost getting it done here. So yeah, nice move by BISU, but now he has to defend against the incoming tanks from Flash as the Pioneer is getting targeted. The Reaver also taking some damage, dropping very low, almost killing this one tank. But yeah, nice micro here by BISU, and in the meantime BISU also taking another expansion here. Same can be said here for Flash very soon. He is very likely also going to take an expansion, and 42 workers versus 41. So in the end, after all the damage has been done, we are coming back into a normal gameplay as Flash once again tries to be harassing here, and in the meantime the Dragoons are also moving out here for BISU, clearing some mines. And let's see if he's going to continue with more observers. Siege ability for Flash, weapons 1. The vultures do try to make it here forward, but there's a nice block here in the front. So yeah, an observer also moving out. Let's have a look what the shuttle has. 2 Reavers, 1 actually really hurt, but this could be a great spot to drop the Reavers. However, some turrets here to defend for Flash, even some tanks, so it's going to be very hard. Let's see what BISU is going to be doing here with his Reaver, killing one SCV and just deciding to retreat a little bit. Just doing this, of course, to buy time for his expansion. Very smart gameplay here by BISU, keeping Flash at bay. And yeah, more and more observers are moving out here for BISU as he's gaining more and more of a map control. And yeah, let's have a look at Flash. He's actually moving out pretty much to secure the other expansion point. BISU also deciding to play defensively, knowing of course that Flash could harass him with some vultures, so his Dragoons are nicely located here into this location. In the meantime, just a shuttle here in the middle of the map, just sniping unit after unit, moving out, securing the area. Nice job here by BISU, still having those 2 Reavers, and I believe he's going to try to inflict more damage here, leaving the Reavers on the ground, waiting of course for the Terran to move here out, and very soon he has vision with the observer, so this could be very good for him, but he needs to be careful. There is the one siege tank sieging up, inflicting good damage, having good vision. Flash really wants to terminate these buildings right here, and in the end he is being successful, so he might even take the expansion right here or move one over here. Let's check his main very quickly. and he's going for some science facilities here, of course. So he has 2, even 4 factories here. Let's see, he's going to move out, trying of course to kill the tanks, but it's really hard against the spread the tanks out here. So he might be forced to go for some more shuttles and more zealots. Even some Dark Templars could be an option for him. High Templars would also be very nice for him with Psionic Storm. In the meantime, he's rebuilding the robotics facility bay at home, and at the same time he's also trying to stop here the expansion from Flash. Very good, great move by him with the Dragoons in the front. The Reaver is also here in the back, dealing good amounts of damage as the reinforcements are pulling here forward for BISU. So BISU with a very risky move, but a very strong move at the same time, snapping tank after tank, also taking some casualties of course, but in the end he really wants to cancel this expansion right here from Flash, as Flash is struggling a little bit. BISU in a very good shape, but at the same time Flash is also good defending here. However, now we do have the Reavers in the back, and the siege tanks will have a good vision here as they're now moving forward, and now BISU is pretty much trapped here as all of those units will be killed eventually. So in the end, Flash with a good defense, but of course his expansion has been delayed. In the meantime, BISU just mining from this place and also deciding to take another expansion here. So great stuff by BISU as he's now having speed zealots underground. Let's check the upgrades. Still no upgrades here for him. Flash weapons 1 upgrades for the tanks as he's transferring some SCVs, and we do have 6 more SCVs for BISU as he's pretty much suiciding his zealots here in the front, trying to soak up the mines towards the tanks. But in the end, those tanks are really in great position here by him, and let's see what's going to happen. BISU just keeps on sending more wave after wave of units. He really wants to just stop the mining here into this location. The Reaver is in position, the Dragoons are in the back, and the command center taking quite some damage here already from the Reaver. So good stuff here by BISU as the command center has to be uplifted. So very aggressive gameplay in them, and at the same time also nice macro oriented game. So he's expanding while he's attacking. Very nice stuff here by BISU, and Flash struggling of course. Very hard game for him as BISU is really abusing all of his units here. Psionic Storm looks like he's getting done, and now Flash once again on the defense. There's even a great vision here with this one observer, but with the tanks in the back I believe Flash should be able to secure his position right here, and of course Flash will hold and keep BISU at bay. But in the meantime you can see of course BISU just keeps on expanding all over the map, and I believe he's even going to take this location right here. So a nice macro oriented game. I believe in the end BISU will go for some 70 workers, even 80 workers versus the 60 here for Flash. So let's have a look how this game is going to continue. Look at the main from Flash. He's still producing factories, so his tactics is really clear. It's going to be mass tanks with vultures and with Goliaths versus the opponent, and BISU is very likely going to try to counter it with some High Templar Storms. You also see massive amounts of upgrades here for him. Lots and lots of units getting produced and buildings getting produced here for BISU as we have a small stalemate now. So BISU just keeps on expanding, and I believe very soon his macro game is very likely going to kick in. He's even having 2 forges here in the back, so going for armor and weapons 1 as he's going for more zealots and dragoons for his gameplay, and I believe very soon he's going to be maxed out. Flash however also catching up into the worker amount, 68 workers for him versus the 69 from BISU, and I believe very soon BISU is pretty much going to launch wave after wave of gateway units towards the opponent, as Flash is just defending right now, having his units spread all over the map, playing very safe. I believe BISU is going to be the one to do the first move here, as slowly but steadily more minerals are getting mined. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be a transition into carriers, pretty much going to stay towards the gateway units here for BISU. BISU is clearing some mines. He might regroup in the middle of the map. He just needs to find a good position to attack, but it's going to be really hard for him given the fact that there are so many spread tanks out, and upgrades should also look very strong with 2 weapons upgrades and 1 armor here for Flash. So yeah, BISU slowly but steadily closing here forward towards the enemy. Let's have a look if he's going to commit the High Templars. Maybe should be picked up with some shuttles very soon. There is the shuttle gameplay, and let's have a look what exactly is going to happen as the mines will be cleared. There are zealots and High Templar storms here. So in comes the Zealot storm with BISU in the front, with the shuttles in the front, in the back. There are the reinforcements. One shuttle has been taken out, and now more damage is being taken by Flash left and right with the Psionic storm here. But the position is actually really bad, as BISU might get flanked with some tanks here from the opponent. So BISU taking quite some casualties. There are some High Templars even exposed here, so some storms will be casted very smartly here by BISU straight towards the middle line. So deciding not to attack the tanks, he's going straight for the economy here from Flash. Very smart gameplay here indeed by BISU. Of course, some sacrifices have to be made, but in the end it was all worthy, as Flash dropping to almost more than 15 workers. So pretty much a suicide mission here for BISU, but in the end the damage has been nicely done here by him, as so much economic damage has been lost, and he just keeps on expanding all over the map. Very nice greedy gameplay here by BISU. Of course, he can afford to suicide all of those missions, given all of those units, given the fact that his economy is allowing this to be done. And yeah, I'm sure very soon he's going to very likely try again to do a push, or even do a small drop with some Zealots and with some High Templars. In the meantime, Flash just moving out, planting some mines, trying of course to slow down the attack by BISU. But yeah, BISU looks like he's replenishing his forces very quick. 160 supply, but 142 also supply here for Flash. Hold on, actually Flash now moving out with his vultures. Finally a successful attack, but the shuttle is very close by, as some Zealots will be dropped here versus the vultures. But Psionic Storm would of course been great here for him. And yeah, the vultures finally doing a good job here for Flash. Reinforcements are pouring forward here for BISU, but in the end the Nexus looks like it's going to get dropped. So finally a good move here by Flash. Another shuttle is moving here forward with the Dragoons, and all of a sudden all of those vultures looks like they're pretty much trapped here. So the Nexus has been saved. Very important move here for BISU, as he's moving forward with his Dragoons. Yeah, just Flash trying to buy some time. In the meantime, more forces are moving out for him, planting more mines. He might be successful here, but there are 4 cannons, so pretty much a suicide if he would have attacked there. At the same time, we do have some tanks, so all of a sudden the Dragoons here for BISU are trapped, so BISU needs to save them with some shuttles. There is one shuttle, but he needs the reinforcements very quick, as more damage is being taken here by BISU. BISU not paying attention, losing the Dragoons, losing the shuttle. What can he do, as Flash is moving here forward? We do have perhaps some counter shuttle gameplay, but no, it's just observer here for BISU, as finally in comes some units, and we actually have 5 shuttles here for BISU, only if they were fully loaded. Let's see what exactly the plans here for BISU are. Pretty much bypassing everything with Zealots, with High Templars. He's going straight for the expansion here. A smart move indeed by him, as so many High Templars will cast their storms into tanks, into SCVs, into everything here, and everything is pretty much getting so much splash damage. And a nice counter attack here by BISU, as he's just pretty much once again sniping the economy from the opponent. A great defensive matrix towards the tank, as the siege continues here for Flash with his tanks. And let's see, he's just sniping unit after unit, expansion after expansion. We even have a Archon now here for BISU present, dealing damage. He might even deal splash damage towards the SCVs. But yeah, very interesting game indeed. 2 expansions have been taken out. This expansion from Flash also taking some damage. 48 workers all of a sudden only here for BISU, as he needs to calm down perhaps a little bit, given the fact that those tanks with the upgrades are very strong. 2 to 3 upgrades for him. Let's check BISU: 1 armor, 2 weapons, as he's going for shields and more weapons upgrades here for him. So yeah, very interesting game indeed. We have a very aggressive game by both players, and 39 workers now versus 48, as Flash keeps on pushing here forward versus the opponent. So let's see if BISU has an answer towards that. He's coming forward with a shuttle, straight dropping the Zealots, but the real damage dealers will of course be the High Templars. He needs those High Templars very quick. The Zealots are in the front, good storms by him, but there's so many tanks for Flash, as so much damage is being actually taken here by BISU. And all of a sudden Flash in a very good position versus the opponent, as BISU is taking more casualties. Very hard for him to strike versus all of those tanks. Finally more shuttles bringing the reinforcements, but it's just the Zealots. And notice that Flash has no mines on the ground. Now finally the High Templars are here to inflict damage towards the tanks, but still 2 tanks make it out here alive. So nice stuff by both players. A very close game. Reinforcements from the back here for Flash, but the Vultures do a great job defending those tanks, as BISU just keeps on sending more of the Suicide Squad forward here for him. and another High Templar needs to be casted, the High Templar Storm, very soon. But I believe there is no more energy, as BISU is nicely out-microing Flash with the shuttles here, and Flash just keeps on sending his units forward. So massive amounts of shuttle gameplay here. Once again, these two shuttles could also be brought back to micro the units, but in the end BISU is holding, and he's actually now having 6 shuttles into this game. So BISU once again showing us how important those shuttles are versus the opponent. So yeah, great game here. Actually still a close game, still anyone's game. Let's see what's going to happen as Flash just keeps on adding more and more mines on the ground, but slowly but steadily his economy looks like it's going to get depleted, and this will be the main new expansion for him, mining at the same time. We do have 2 expansions for BISU, mining very strongly for him as he's preparing another drop, and those High Templars in the back. Not that much energy for them, but still very deadly. I believe BISU might try to attack this important expansion right here. Flash pretty much mining with all of his units that he has, all of the SCVs that are available are mining into the location, and yeah, in comes BISU, going to take some damage. Smart mine gameplay here by Flash, as BISU tries of course to attack, tries of course to inflict damage once again towards the last standing expansion. In comes the attack. Observers are in the front. He sees all of the mines on the ground. The shuttles will very likely drop the units very soon, but there's still lots and lots of tanks here available for BISU, for Flash, sorry. Let's see, 2 shuttles, so many shuttles have been actually taken down. Defensive Matrix now onto those tanks. BISU is pretty much throwing everything against Flash. He really wants to finish this game, but Flash having so many reinforcements in the back, and all of a sudden things look actually very good here for Flash. And yeah, BISU decides to actually GG out. So quite a close game we have here. I believe a smarter move perhaps by BISU would have been to throw everything he has towards this expansion right here and just inflict damage towards all of those SCVs right here, but in the end he really wanted to finish the game, perhaps to go for the main production buildings here. And yeah, somehow Flash taking this game, even though the economy for BISU perhaps would have allowed him to stay more into this game, still he decided to GG out. So yeah, good game. Flash takes game number 1. Let's just go straight into game number 2 in between the 2 pros. Very exciting game number 1. So yeah, here we are with game number 2. Let's see what's going to happen into this one. Also a 4 spawning location map we have in the upper left in the teal. It is Flash and BISU in the lower right in the blue, deciding to actually GG out into the first game. So perhaps it would have been better by him to just go for the expansion, to go for the SCVs, as he had 2 mining expansions, very healthy expansions for him. But yeah, he decided to GG out. Perhaps he knew that the upgrades for the tanks would have been perhaps too good versus him. So let's see how he does now in game number 2 versus Flash. A very nice back and forward game. At one point I was thinking that BISU had of course the main advantage, but in the end Flash coming back, playing very patiently, very nicely defensively with those mines in the front, in the middle of the map. And yeah, in the end he was able to secure all of those positions with his tanks. Let's see what's going to happen here. Once again, pylon for BISU, supply depot here for Flash. So pretty normal stuff. Let's see if BISU is once again going to try a fast expansion build order, quite a greedy gameplay. And I believe he is very likely going to try once again Reaver gameplay with High Templars. We saw how strong it is versus Flash. And yeah, very good into inflicting massive amounts of splash damage towards the enemy. So let's see what's going to happen here, what exactly the build order is going to be. It looks like indeed BISU is saving for not a gateway, but he's going very likely to go for a Nexus first for him. Flash in the meantime playing very normally. I believe he's going to continue with a barracks very soon, but at the same time his mineral count is also very high, so he also might try to go for a command center first. It could be a possibility, as BISU is glitching his probe forward, and it looks like Flash also doing the same here. So interesting map we have here where we have to reach the units forward, and it looks like pretty much the same build order for both players. So both players focusing onto a macro oriented game. First expansion versus fast expansion here for the players, as they're also sending out their scouting probes towards the map. And yeah, let's see how the game is going to continue. Perhaps barracks will be the next move. Some minerals are getting mined. It could be actually a 2 spawning location map, given the fact that BISU just straight goes forward towards the upper left part here off to the map. Or what exactly is he doing here? He might even try to add some islands into this location with some robotics facility bay. Even the gateway could be pushed here forward by BISU. Let's see if this is indeed his plan, but no, the gateway is actually at home for him. So yeah, he's just waiting perhaps for Flash to move out, but Flash smartly bypassing this is going straight towards the other expansion point, and at the same time is also moving out with his SCV. So yeah, very interesting map indeed. We have the normal build order now for cybernetic score into gateway here for BISU as the game is continuing, and Flash having the barracks here out. Gas is also getting done here by him. We also have the gas for BISU, and some probes are getting, of course, transferred towards the new base here from BISU. The same will be set for him as well, as the probe is now finally moving forward and nicely blocking here the exit for Flash. So once again, BISU with some tricky gameplays, having a little bit of an advantage perhaps now, as Flash will have to wait for the reinforcements probe to move here forward. So nice job here by BISU, buying some time, blocking the entrance. Flash having to mine the other mineral patch or just to destroy the pylon here. So good stuff here by BISU. Very nice abusive gameplay here by him. Let's have a look. This should be his factory, his first factory. Let's have a look at BISU robotics facility bay for him. So the pretty normal Terran versus Protoss matchup we have transferred towards, as we might see some shuttle gameplay once again here for BISU. And the Terran very likely going to respond with some tanks, with some Goliaths, with some Vultures. So the pretty normal stuff here. And yeah, the pylon still hasn't been killed, as now finally the pass is open and more SCVs can be transferred here forward towards the other mineral line here from Flash. So yeah, let's see. Gas is being done here. No gas yet here for Flash. The probe is still alive here for BISU, so quite annoying stuff here for BISU. Of course, he's going to stay as much as he can just to see how many factories there's going to be early on here for Flash. And yeah, robotics facility bay is done. We have a first shuttle. We have the robotics facility bay, support bay actually here, and some reavers will be added very soon. But this is of course nicely scouted by Flash. So a good scout indeed by him, just staying close by, seeing the support bay, seeing also the shuttle will pop out very soon. And this base is quite exposed, so some turrets will have to follow very soon here for Flash, as it's a nice spot to drop some units forward. So 2 factories. Let's see what Flash is doing. Speed for the Vultures, tanks, engineering bay here as well, and the first river is getting done. And notice that it's really important for a faster shuttle speed here, so BISU giving great importance towards this one upgrade. I believe it's very strong early on. The shuttle without speed is quite weaker, of course, than the one with speed. You can out micro the units, you can micro your units much faster here, so very great upgrade to have. As also now the Dragoon increase upgrade has range has started also here for BISU. Let's see what exactly his Reaver is going to be doing. He's also putting a Dragoon into his shuttle, and I believe, luckily perhaps for him, his speed is going to finish perhaps exactly on time when he reaches the spot. So still no turrets here for Flash. At the same time, Flash once again, just like in game number 1, he decides to be more aggressive. He decides to move out 2 Vultures, a couple of Marines, and a tank here for him. In the meantime, the probe was very likely seeing this, but BISU this time decided to play it more safe, more defensively, and actually the Dragoon and the Reaver has been added, and speed will finish here on time. So Flash is actually hurrying up to get home really quick. 1 turret is not going to be enough to fend this off, as speed will finish here very soon, and this could be very deadly versus Flash, as BISU is bringing forward his shuttle with speed straight towards this location right here. The turret will inflict some damage, but now speed has been done, and luckily here for Flash, his Vultures do arrive in time, so BISU might try to go for a different location. This one is actually not well defended at all, and in comes the Reaver drop. Interesting enough, he's deciding to go for 1 SCV there. Flash very fast into reacting. Perhaps this location right here would have been better, but then again BISU knows much better, as some more units are getting killed. We do have a race out now here for Flash, and a Dragoon dealing good damage towards the race. Reaver also nicely killing the Vultures here, and it's still alive, so The shuttle is pretty much alive. The Wraith is going to hunt it down, so BISU needs to be careful not to take damage out of the Wraith. So yeah, in comes a nice mind game here by both players, as BISU once again with his hurt shuttle is moving forward. Flash still looking around onto the map for the shuttle. But yeah, in comes the move by BISU, is going straight forward, very far deep. Pretty much looking like a suicide mission, but he has to of course do it. The Reaver is going to take some damage. He's trying of course to hit great amounts of SCVs here, so nice job here by BISU, as his shuttle is still pretty much alive. So the Wraith will have to take it out soon. And yeah, in comes the Wraith. The Reaver is going to be killed here, so finally a good move by Flash. So yeah, not really that much economic damage inflicted here by BISU. He still has 10 more workers, but the Reaver, the shuttle and the Dragoon has been killed, so quite a suicide mission for him. In the meantime, he's of course answering with another expansion here into this location, as slowly but steadily we're closing towards the 10-minute mark. So still an interesting game, a nice series of course we have here in between the two pros. We have yet another shuttle, so this part right here could be targeted. I believe this point right here would be much better for BISU to drop, or either just bypass everything and just drop the units here. In the meantime, Flash looking like he's also going to move out, so this could be the chance from BISU to inflict good damage towards the economy right here. Perhaps he's going to watch the replay and notice that it would have been a great spot to drop the Reavers right here. Flash with a little bit clumsy, he's actually just moving out with his units, but his expansion is pretty much exposed. So BISU deciding to move out now with his units, perhaps to defend his newly established base, his newly established expansion in the lower left. Quite a scary move out here by Flash. And yeah, BISU with a nice micro, planning this off perhaps just to buy time for his expansions. And yeah, good snipe against this one SCV. The tanks also dealing some great damage towards the enemy. So yeah, speed for the Zealot is of course much needed for BISU. He's trying to buy time with his shuttle, with his Reaver. And let's see what's going to happen here, as the Reaver once again with a great connection, almost killing this one tank. Just nicely being microed here back and forth, but still some damage is being taken here for BISU, and he's losing Dragoon after Dragoon, as he has to, I believe, just retreat back to the reinforcements from the rear. And yeah, the tanks are just moving here forward for Flash. Let's have a look at the upgrade. Still 0-0 for him. I believe 0-0 also here for Flash, and quite a scary move out this time by Flash, as he's slowly but steadily closing towards the newly established base from the opponent. The Dragoons are now will try to inflict some damage towards the tanks. Great shot by the Reaver. The Reaver, however, also taking some damage. 2 more tanks have been sniped, but also 3, even 4 Dragoons have been sniped. Zealots as well here. BISU actually attacking without speed for the Zealots, but he knows that he has to react against this push from Flash. In the meantime, the reinforcements are pulling forward here for Flash, as BISU is dropping more and more into the supply. So still the expansion exposed here, so perhaps BISU is going to watch the replay and might think about sending one shuttle with only one Reaver. Would have been enough here to inflict great economic damage towards the opponent. In the meantime, some Zealots get dropped here forward, but the siege tank, not all of the siege tanks are being sieged up here. One Reaver, even the second Reaver, is getting killed here, so Flash with some great pickups here. Those Reavers would have been really great against the economy, but BISU decides to play it more defensively, and he's taking more and more casualties as Flash keeps on pushing here forward. So let's see how this game is going to unfold now. Flash finally in range of the expansion right here from BISU. So very aggressive move out here indeed by Flash. In the meantime, he also has an expansion at home, but he's pretty much throwing everything he has towards the bases here from BISU. And yeah, BISU has to retreat his probes. He's going to lose an important expansion here, as he's trying to secure the entrance from this location right here. The tanks are in the front. The Nexus is very likely going to fall very soon, so a very deadly move out here. Even the SCV is actually repairing the tanks, as we might see a reaction here for BISU with a drop forward towards those tanks here from the opponent. Those minerals actually working in favor for BISU, as they will give great importance here, and only one tank actually fits here forward. So the siege continues here forward. One tank is getting glitched forward. Let's see what's going to happen. Both players pretty much at the same amount of units here, but let's see what's going to happen. The tanks in the back for securing the position for Flash. The Vultures try of course to move forward, to give vision towards the tanks, to shoot here against BISU. BISU stays more back with the Reavers, and the vultures are pretty much exposed here as BISU is nicely microing his units with the shuttles here, but slowly but steadily, inch by inch, Flash is moving forward. The Reaver nicely in the back here. Some units will take some damage out of the mines, so great stuff here by BISU, also soaking up the mines against Flash. And yeah, Flash perhaps has to rethink his position right here. Very hard position to attack for him versus so many units from BISU. He's deciding to actually pull back here, so perhaps he's going for a different location. Perhaps he's going to try to straight move here forward. And finally we do see a reaction by BISU with his shuttle, and let's have a look if this is going to be successful by him. Finally BISU realizes how exposed this expansion right here is, and this one here as well. So in comes the shuttle. There is however now a tank, and there are vultures here for Flash defending. So yeah, a little bit too late of a reaction here for BISU. In the meantime, we do have a move out by some vultures here. So great multitask here for both players, as BISU even having another expansion here into this location. At the same time, there's a drop happening here from BISU, but sadly for him, he did lose the Reaver. So a great defense all in all here for Flash versus the opponent. So Flash looking really strong. Snapping the expansion here, BISU decides to expand into a different location. As slowly but steadily we're closing towards the 20-minute mark. Still anyone's game of course, but perhaps a much better game here than game number 1 for Flash. BISU dropping to 53 workers. His abusive gameplay isn't really paying off, and sadly here for him, he is quite behind if you ask me. So let's see, the vultures are still roaming around the map, and BISU all of a sudden in a more defensive gameplay here for him. Even some probes are being left here behind, so BISU finally reacting. I believe all of those probes should of course be brought here. Also a bad move here by BISU. He pretty much forgot about those probes into this location. I believe he's too busy microing his units, and quite some time here. All of those probes pretty much on idle, as I believe he's just busy microing those dragoons versus the vultures right here. And at the same time, he's also perhaps going to be lucky here to inflict some damage. Let's see what he has. 1 Reaver and 2 High Templar Storms. This could be very strong. Let's see if the High Templars will inflict finally some great damage. I believe High Templars is a much better unit here than the Reaver. And yeah, lots and lots of damage being taken here by Flash economic wise. Lots and lots of SCVs have been lost. Even the tank has been taken out. So finally BISU with a great move. A good move for him. A much needed move by him, just to inflict damage towards the economy and even snapping unit after unit. So great stuff by him. Those High Templars very strong. Another SCV has been taken out. Still no mining here for BISU. So quite some minutes have passed here, and sadly here for BISU, he has so many workers on idle. In the meantime, there is a move out by Flash going straight towards this base right here. That is not even mining for BISU. So BISU with a quite big mistake by him. Perhaps if he's going to watch the replay, he's going to realize that so much mining time has been lost here. Now finally the reaction, there it is, even having a shuttle here. So I believe 2 to 3 minutes have been lost here into mining time for BISU, sadly for him. So yeah, he does have however a large amount of High Templars, so this can be very strong. The shuttle needs to be brought here perhaps forward to micro the High Templars. We do see the move out here by Flash as he's inflicting damage, but at the same time a great flank here for BISU. However, we do have dropships now for Flash, as Flash is moving forward with his units. BISU reacting immediately. He's pretty much going to ignore that, just moves here forward towards the other expansion point from Flash, and the command center is also taking quite some damage here. So we do turn into a small base trade scenario here, as both players inflicting damage towards each other. The Reavers in the back however could deal great amount of splash damage against Flash, and sadly here for BISU, he did lose the shuttle with the 2 Reavers. Very good move here by Flash. In the meantime, we do have High Templar Storms all over the place here for BISU. However, also for him a bad position here to attack, as there's groups of tanks in the back. There are dropships here for Flash, and both players taking quite some damage. As let's see if BISU is going to be successful here, but in the meantime even SCVs have to be pulled. Great storm by him. SCVs in the front, the tanks are in the back. One is sieging up, and BISU is taking more and more damage. In the meantime, Flash also on the high ground here, inflicting more economic damage towards the opponent. So once again we have a close game. Great storm usage here, but in the end Flash should be able to hold this, as BISU is being pushed back, and BISU's economy is suffering here quite some damage, as he has dropped to 23 workers all of a sudden. So great moves here by him. Flash very healthy here with this one expansion, and this one here as well, not getting touched. So yeah, BISU in some serious trouble as he has to abandon 2 bases here, and Flash just keeps on pushing forward, this time with Medivacs. I really like that from him. Sorry, dropships actually, so very smart move indeed. Having more mobility here towards the map, perhaps even is going to upgrade the speed for the dropships. And yeah, let's see how this game is going to continue. BISU has to rebuild into this location right here. Flash looking very healthy with his other expansions right here, mining all over the place, having almost double the amount of mining units here versus the opponent. And yeah, BISU in lots and lots of troubles here. He might try to inflict damage here, but his even Goliaths guarding those units drop with Zealots. This will of course be held by Flash as he's just going to stay here. And yeah, with that BISU of course having to GG out. So great game this time by Flash, a much more aggressive gameplay here than in game number 1. So yeah, in the end BISU perhaps with some mistake, waiting too much, not inflicting damage towards this base right here, decided to play more defensively, and in the end Flash much more aggressively winning this game. Let's just go straight into game number 3 in between them. So it's 2-0 here for Flash. Let's see what's going to happen in game number 3. Only 10 minutes of a game, so perhaps BISU is going to be more aggressive this time. Perhaps he's going to try a different strategy. Yeah, but still a nice series we have here in between the 2 pros. Let's see what's going to happen here. As we have spawning in the upper right in the green, it is BISU, and his opponent here in the upper left in the purple, it is Flash, and we even have BISU saying hi here. So most of them interesting enough chatting in English and not in South Korean. Perhaps they know that some people will find their replays and they just decide to chat here. Let's have a look. Perhaps they're going to chat about crypto, given the fact that Flash is of course known to have invested in crypto, and perhaps I did hear some rumors that he even went for his own crypto coin, the Flash coin. I don't know if this is real or not, but yeah, a very good thing to invest of course into crypto, especially after the FTX scandal. It was a perfect opportunity to invest into crypto. But yeah, let's just see how this game is going to continue. We have the supply depot here for Flash, and we have the pylon here for BISU. Is BISU once again going for a fast expansion? Is Flash also going for a fast expansion? We're about to find out very soon, as no, it's actually a normal gameplay here by BISU all of a sudden. So gateway first for him. Flash not deciding yet to place a barracks. We even have a sunken here, so there's the barracks for Flash. So both players playing really normally right now, nothing out of the ordinary, no fast expansion for him. Like I told you, a 10-minute gameplay, the last game here after this series, quite a nice series we had. First a very close game, the second one a much more aggressive game here by Flash, as he's now also scouting out the map with his first SCV. So yeah, let's see, sadly for him into the wrong direction. We might see the cybernetic score here for BISU, so the pretty normal standard build order here for BISU, this time not going for fast expansion. The same can be said here for Flash, also not going for a fast expansion. Gas has not been taken yet for him. No, oh actually BISU has some gas here getting mined, so of course he might go for some more important units later on with gas, as Flash just keeps on scouting the map. And interesting enough, this is actually the 3rd game where BISU decides not to scout out the map very early on. I believe only around the 3-minute mark is going to scout, perhaps waiting for the arrival of the SCV just to know where exactly the position from the opponent is. And we actually do have a expansion here for Flash. Let's see if this is going to be a good idea for him. And finally now BISU moving out with his probe, finding the SCV here for Flash. And yeah, Flash sees of course that it's a pretty normal build order here from BISU, and I believe BISU is also going to try to scout out a map very soon, as the first factory will very likely also continue here for Flash. Yeah, let's have a look how the game is going to continue. There is the attempt by BISU, so it's actually a bunker here for him. So Flash playing very safe, actually deciding to give protection towards his expansion, not going for a factory yet, expecting an attack with some dragoons. There are the first dragoons here being made for BISU. There's the upgrade for the range bunkers, and some SCVs are also getting made here for Flash, as we see the bunker getting finished Second marine is out. We do have a uplifted barracks, so very soon a factory should follow up here for Flash, as more and more SCVs have been brought here forward towards the expansion. One more worker here for Flash, as BISU is also still scouting the map. He might, however, try to add once again into the middle of the map, or perhaps right here. It would have been very smart for him to add a robotics facility bay with some shuttle gameplay. In the meantime, he's just producing more and more Dragoons with range. There we have the first factory here for Flash. And the other Dragoon is very close by, ready to inflict damage versus the bunker here from the opponent. So yeah, quite an interesting series indeed. Let's see what's going to happen here into the last game. Expansion for BISU as well. No robotics facility bay yet for him, as the Dragoon waits, of course, for the range to get finished. And very soon he should be able to attack the bunker right here. So yeah, second Dragoon is also on to his way, so pretty normal stuff here. In comes the attack by BISU. SCVs are, however, quite far away. Finally they do arrive, and the bunker should be saved here for Flash, as he's expecting a third Dragoon here. So yes, indeed, it is going to be 3 Dragoons versus the bunker. Perhaps he has to bring back the SCV very soon, as more and more damage is being taken here. So Flash reacting really fast. Very nice job. In the meantime, we actually see another expansion here for BISU. So BISU playing very nicely macro orientated. We do have the robotics facility bay here for him, as we see another factory getting brought here forward. So we have passed the 5-minute mark. Still, of course, no major engagement. Still no harassment. No fast robotics facility bay here for BISU. Let's see if his shuttle gameplay this time is going to be better, or perhaps it's going to into some arbiters. It would be very interesting to see some arbiters. We might also see some carriers. Perhaps it's a too short replay for some carriers, as the first Dragoon is taking quite some damage now, and the bunker is also taking some damage here. So yeah, let's see how the game is going to continue, as more and more damage is being taken by the bunker. But the tank is very close by. Siege ability hasn't been started yet here for Flash, so he has to micro his tank back and forward. Very good job by him. In the meantime, BISU just keeps on expanding. Like I told you, 3 bases for him versus only 2. We actually have 5 Dragoons now all of a sudden for BISU, and Flash might be in some serious trouble very soon. He needs to pull some SCVs, but there's 2 tanks actually here for him. One tank, however, might get snapped, so BISU with a very strong move here forward, sniping one tank. The second tank is also getting snapped, and all of a sudden 2 Dragoons are here forward into the main from the Flash. They're really hurt, so the SCVs should be able to take care of that, but in the end, a great move here by BISU, quite annoying. Bringing some SCVs out, losing some mining time. Very soon the reinforcements will, of course, take care of this. Weapons 1 is being done here for Flash. I believe Flash looked like almost he's going to abandon the bunker, but yeah, in the meantime the reinforcements are here, so with that I believe the attack should be over very soon, as BISU might transition very soon into some other units. Let's just see if he's going for a shuttle gameplay. No, he's actually going for a observer this time, so playing very safe. There's the first shuttle, and there are the Dragoons out here for him. The last one is getting snapped, so Flash once again with a very good defense versus the opponent, as it's actually looking really good here for Flash versus BISU. And yeah, BISU decides to even pull back the Dragoons, so the harassment is pretty much over, as is now moving back at home, perhaps going to try to wall off him. At the same time he's also walling off here, just giving more protection against the vultures here into this one expansion. And yeah, let's have a look what exactly is going to happen. Is Flash going to try a timing push once again out versus BISU, as he has his 4th factory, even his 5th factory here getting pushed, and the first vultures will also be produced. We have speed for the shuttle. The first Reaver is also getting produced, so very nice game here by Flash, looking really strong. Is he going to take this game as well? We're about to find out, as BISU is just mining more and more. He has 2 more workers here than his opponent. Playing very nicely, very defensively, expecting of course an attack by Flash with some vultures. And let's see if this is indeed going to happen here, as more and more units are getting added. And BISU just nicely patrolling here the map. Siege ability is now just halfway being done, perhaps with it being done. Flash is going to try to move here out very soon versus the opponent. In the meantime, BISU is the one actually moving out, but the observer sees now the move out from the opponent. So it's going to be a timing push around that 8-minute mark. BISU might try to kite his Dragoons back and forth. He might try to be lucky to snipe Marine after Marine, tank after tank. Let's see what's going to happen. Remember, he also has a shuttle with a Reaver. And yeah, in comes the Marines will of course stand no chance. Flash caught a little bit off guard. He has to now siege up. And in come the Zealots are in the front. The Reaver is actually in the back, dealing great amount of damage. So perhaps a mismove here by Flash, as he's taking more and more damage. Some tanks aren't sieged up. Lots and lots of splash damage, but in the end, all of a sudden this actually looks really good for BISU. But the reinforcements are also pulling here forward for Flash. So still a close position here. The tanks are once again sieging up. BISU tries of course to evade them. Nice micro here by both players, but yeah, BISU deciding to retreat a little bit, waiting for the reinforcements. He has a healthy economy, there is the reinforcements, but no speed. Very important for those Zealots to have speed. Sadly here for the Zealots at the 10-minute mark, there is no speed for the Zealots. Perhaps he just pretty much forgot about his Citadel of Adun. So quite a setback here for BISU, sorry. I don't see, yeah, there it is. But sadly here BISU is still not upgrading those speed for the Zealots. Finally they do move forward, they give a good position here for BISU. Tank after tank is getting targeted. The Vultures will of course not be so important, as BISU somehow seems to be inflicting more damage. In comes the shuttle. The reinforcements are also here for Flash, so it's quite a close game. As of course the shuttle with the Reaver could of course deal great damage towards the units. The reinforcements are now pulling forward, so Flash has to retreat. And speed hasn't of course not been done yet here for the Zealots, as reinforcements are nicely pulling forward, and all of a sudden Flash is the one actually who is GGing here out. So interesting decision here by Flash to GG out. Of course he knew better. Perhaps he was scared about the shuttle gameplay here from the opponent, and either just scanned all of the area here, or perhaps he was just tired. I don't really think he should have GG out, but in the end I believe he just sacrificed way too much of his units here into this push. And in the end BISU was able to hold, and with that finally winning a game here. So 2-1 here for Flash. A very interesting series here from September 2024, very recent replays. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Tommy signing out.